Okay, we're just on the apron at Innsbruck. You can call ground for to request engine startup.
Oh, okay. Ground. Innsbruck ground, good day. It's Golf Sierra India Mike with you on the East apron requesting startup.
Hi, Charlie Golf Sierra Mike, that is approved. Call me when ready to taxi on this frequency.
Okay, we'll call you ready to taxi for Golf Sierra India Mike.
Okay, can I get before start checklist, please?
Before start checklist. Parking brake set.
Parking brake is set.
Wing lights on.
Wing lights are on.
Anti-collision light on.
On.
Air conditioning left and right pack auto.
Air conditioning left and right pack is auto.
Isolation valve auto.
Isolation valve is auto.
Engine 1 and 2 bleeds off.
Engine 1 and 2 bleeds are off.
And APU bleed switch on.
APU bleed switch is on.
Door lights all out.
Door lights are all out.
And we're clear on the right. Right engine start switch to ground.
Clear on the right. Right engine start switch is on ground. Our right engine, our fan is turning, and our oil pressure is rising. Waiting 20% and check the fuel. Watch the rise in EGT. We've also got fuel flow. EGT peaks, rolls back. Just waiting for it to stabilize. Alright, good start on engine number 2.
And right engine start switch off.
Off.
And confirm clear on the left.
Clear on the left side.
And left engine start switch ground.
Ground. So engine number 1, fan's turning. Oil pressure's rising. We can inject the fuel. Fuel flow rise. EGT spikes. And rolls back. Start on engine number 1.
And left engine start switch off.
Off.
And before start checklist complete. After start checklist is next.
Alright, after start checklist.
After start checklist, APU bleed switch off.
APU bleed switch is off.
Engine 1 and 2 bleeds on.
Engine 1 and 2 bleeds are on.
Window heats 4 on.
Window heats 4 are on.
Probe heats 2 on.
Probe heats 2 on.
Engine anti-ice?
Not required for today.
Engine hydraulic pumps 1 and 2 on.
Engine hydraulic pumps 1 and 2 are on.
Engine gen 1 and 2 switches on.
Engine generator 1 and 2 switches are on.
APU gen 1 and 2 switches off.
APU generator switches are off.
APU off.
APU is off.
AC voltmeter selector gen 1 or 2.
APU generator selected for generator 1.
Yaw damper on.
Yaw damper is on.
Nose wheel steering on.
Nose wheel steering is on.
After start checklist is complete, taxi checklist is next.
Alright, so just to review, taxi just on the east apron, just straight out down Alpha. We're going to have to hold short and backtrack runway 8. Most likely.
Check.
So call for taxi clearance.
Alright. And Innsbruck ground, it's Golf Sierra India Mike with you again at the east apron looking for taxi for 08.
Charlie Golf Sierra Mike, hello again. Hold the taxi way Alpha all the way to the end, hold short of 08. Give tower call when ready.
We'll taxi Alpha all the way down to 08 to hold short of 08, and we'll call tower on 20.1 for Golf Sierra India Mike.
That's perfect.
Alright, so we'll take off the parking brake, and just keep our eyes outside to clear the apron. We'll start a taxi checklist.
Check. Clear right.
And clear left. Pressure. Nose wheel steering checks both sides. brake pressure.
Nose wheel steering check.
And nose wheel steering checks as well.
Flaps 10, they're coming. Holding on the flaps. Trims 1, 2, 3 checked.
So trim 1 is set for 10 degrees for takeoff. 2 and 3 are both set for 0.
Okay, there's flaps 10, green light set and indicating. Flight instruments, flight director, nav set and indicating.
All right, so showing just a ground speed of 11 knots right now. No airspeed on the take just yet. Initial airspeed set for 180 knots for departure, and there's a rotation speed of 110 knots there as well. Flight director's on both sides. And initial climb for 11,000 as per the clearance, and the altitude is 1,900 feet, and altimeter 3012 indicating on the left.
Set right also.
Check. So moving over, showing our heading there of 261 degrees. VOR, our primary navigation, set for the Kempton VOR 109.6, and the current course is set for 068 on the left. And you're showing that on the right as well.
Correct.
And then backup nav frequency is set for the return localizer for the return approach. Primary ADF is for the first beacon, the ABSAM beacon, which is showing behind us. And then our backup beacon was the Innsbruck beacon as per the departure.
Check.
And our squawk code, or this frequency is ground 121.9, tower 120.1. Kempton radar 119.27, and the ATIS frequency 126.2. Primary nav was the Kempton VOR, as I mentioned, and the secondary was the return localizer. Primary ADF, as I mentioned, was the ABSAM, and secondary was the Innsbruck. Squawk 3737, so flight director, flight instruments, and nav are all set and indicated.
Check. And anti-X.
Not required.
Flight controls, watch yourself.
Yep.
Bottom checks. Top checks.
And bottom checks as well.
And takeoff briefing.
Okay. So this will be a normal takeoff, runway 08 out of Innsbruck. Flaps will be set for 10 degrees. And approaching 80 knots, we will abort for any failure or any warning. We'll close the throttles, I'll hit the brakes, we'll stop on the remaining runway. You pull out the checklist, I'll talk to ATC to let them know of our situation. And then we'll deal with the emergency as necessary and evacuate the plane with their passengers. And so after 80 knots, we will 4V1. We only abort for 4 things. It'll be engine fire, engine failure, stuck thrust reverser, or loss of directional control, in which case we'll still close the throttles, hit the brakes, stop on the remaining runway, and then I'll talk to ATC, you pull out the checklist, and we'll deal with the emergency as necessary, and then also abort the passengers in the plane as well. After V1, we'll be taking off no matter what, so we will be handing any emergency in flight, so we'll climb up. We'll continue with the departure. However, we won't pull out any checklist under 1,000 feet AGL, so in this case we won't deal with any emergency under 3,000 feet indicated, but we'll continue with the departure while taking care of the emergency. But under normal circumstances, we've been given the Kempton 1 departure here. So we'll climb out runway heading, intercept inbound track of 068 degrees into the ABSAM beacon. We'll cross the beacon, commence a right turn, intercept the track of 245 degrees inbound to Innsbruck, and then outbound to Innsbruck we'll track 289 degrees and follow the route to Kempton. So with this, I'll ask for autopilot on around 3,000 feet indicated, and then for this turn here, I'll turn the heading bug. You switch the beacon over to Innsbruck, and then also adjust the course for an inbound track of 245 degrees.
Check.
All right, you have any questions with that?
No questions.
All right, so approach departure is briefed. Anything else on the checklist?
After the takeoff briefing, no, taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist is next.
All right, so we can request backtrack for 08.
All right.